Welcome to a new video on my robotic arm with pneumatic hand, made of fischertechnik. Pneumatic hand is controlled by this pneumatic compressor and engine, controlled by valves, and these interfaces control everything via the computer. Last time I intended to solve the problem of the wrist and found out that this construction is quite unstable, too flexible. So I had the idea to improve that and use this part of the elbow or arm for it. So the question is, will that actually work? Because the whole construction here is a little bit too flexible. Only one way to tell is try it. So let's do that. Alright, and in this screen you can see the robot from a different side, as well as the Python code and the terminal from which I start the program. What I want to show is this side and this gear as well, which is not easily visible, but it is there. It is driving this specific worm gear for the yaw motor, where this is the yaw purpose or movement, and this is too flexible, should be dealt with right here, and it should be connected. To connect it, by the way, I have to take it apart, so I'm not quite sure if I want to do that. On the other hand, this axle here, which is driving the yaw movement, is not quite as I envisioned. If I take this apart, well, not really apart, but I take it away, then there's a lot of weight off it and it is more straight away. How does it all work? Well, apart from this that drives the hand, this one drives the hand as well. And let me show the exact axle. That is from here with the blue wire here, and here you can see the gear, this one, which has to drive that worm gear, this one, and that's one close-up, of course. So I need to find a way to fix all that, and that won't be the easiest part. So how to do all that? Take it apart, fix this one to keep the two sides connected, and then see if I can connect it here to the elbow part. Let's see if I can get it done, because everything needs to be taken apart, I'm afraid, and that's not what I like to do. Alright, so while I have fixed this now with a little connection piece which makes it less flexible, I also find out that here between this and this part it is way too flexible as well. So I need to find a way to connect this with this part. And yes, it's black so you can't see it properly, but if I make that less flexible, because it's only connected here, with a similar connection piece as here, then it makes things less flexible and hopefully better working. So let's see if I can reach that connection. Let's see how that works out. Alright, and I fixed it by adding the pieces I'm pointing at, this, which makes everything much less flexible. So now the motor is directly connected to the frame, and that is what it is about. So if I now take a look at everything else, this is still flexible, but the part that was flexible is this, and together this new construction as well as this new construction makes it a lot better. So that also has as a consequence that this gear is now located much better at this worm gear. So I hope that it will run this time, and then see how the hand will respond, because that's also another thing to do. And I have to reconnect this part of the rope to the hand. So I will do that in a minute and then see if things run. So let's go and see. So in watching order and run. So now I'm very curious if the pitch works. Well, the hand pitch does work, but how about the rest? Needless to say that the wrist is not working at all. Well, the motor is, but if I land the hand, no. Oh, I see that there's something others wrong. Let me stop it, because I notice that the whole of the wrist is not working, because its mechanism is out of order, and now it is in order again. So yeah, let's test again. But motors are not working at all. The pitch motors are not working. This motor is working, but I mean the lower pitch motors do not do anything at all. Yeah, that is... No, they're not working, they're not doing anything. So I need to run diagnostics to see if they are electrically alright. Ouch. Alright, and with the diagnostics and running the course of the wire, it turns out that it is on the slave motor 1, and I had to give full force for it to respond. So now you can clearly see that it does work. So let's close it again and go here and run. And now they work. So once again, these motors are somewhat older, and needs some extra motivation to work. So let's manually wait. This is not correct. It should go the other way. The motor keeps running this way, and if I turn it around, okay, something else going on. The compression engine is out of order. Now it runs again. It happens once in a while, although it shouldn't. But for some reason now this motor keeps running in the wrong direction. So how can that be? Other than that, yeah, well, as long as this motor does not work, the yaw motor on this side, which I now made much more rigid, is not functioning. One depends on the other. Which brings me then back to this. And well, this one is also not quite correct. Oh, that's another one, of course. This should be working as well. Yeah, getting a little bit complicated. One thing depends on another, which depends on yet another, which depends on yet another. So it moves, but the way it does move is not quite to my liking. This one is still being pulled, while this switch is being touched, and it really should not be pulled anymore. Also something strange. So how to deal with that? Yeah, and to give a little look at it, here you can hopefully see that this switch is not being pressed, and this switch is being pressed, and yet the hand is not being released. So that's not okay. Not okay at all. Some improvements, but yeah, well. So, with an improvement with regard to the hand pitch and yaw, where it comes to driving it, signaling turns out to be a big problem still. And then there's the problem with the arm pitch, which didn't work because of, well, some adhesive stuff effects. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment or suggestion, please. Much appreciated. You can also follow me via Instagram and Twitter. I may invite you to, or I do invite you to make a donation to show your support. You can also become a patron, and depending on the pledge you make, may have your name mentioned on my website and with my videos. This is obviously going to be continued, so have a nice day. Well, also take a look under this video for my website, and in the end you can see all information. Once again, have a nice day and bye bye.